This is Victor Echo 9, Gulf Charlie. Please stand by for the Maritime Fusion Net. It seems I have to reboot my Wires X system, the E9GC. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Before we get started, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? This is Victor Echo 9 Gulf Charlie. My name is Gordon, and I'll be the net controller for this evening's net. Once again, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? The E9GC standing by. Hey, this net meets every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Atlantic Time in the CQ Maritimes Room, 60207. The net is also streaming live on YouTube. Quote, Rob, VE1RMJ, so that everyone can follow the net and participate in the chat room. Amateurs will be called in by province. When you check in, give us your call sign using proper phonetics. After the maritime stations are called in, stations from outside the area will have a chance to check in. First of all, do we have any announcements for tonight's net? The E9GC standing by. Hey, no announcements being heard. Do we have any short time or mobile stations? Short time stations who can't stick around for the duration of the net, or any mobile stations? Please come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Charlie Juliet Mobile.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, VE1JS.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa, VA6FP.
VE1, WIN. Victor Echo 1, November. Juliet, in the mobile, we have VE1JS and Victor Alpha 6 Foxtrot Papa. So we'll start with VE1JCP. Good evening, Justin. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. VE9GC, V1JCJ. Yeah, just traveling up here in the city in Dartmouth, actually. Up here for some training. So I'm not at my home station, and I'm missing my radio. So I said, well, sure, I can find something on my UHF VHF radio here, and here we are to the Maritime Fusion Net. So there you are. Everybody have a good evening. I had a lovely evening here in Dartmouth. I don't know, about 15, 16 degrees, and I don't know, light overcast. So we'll take it as a win. 7-3, VE9GC, VE1JCJ.
VE1JCJ, VE9GC. Okay, Justin. Yeah, it was a beautiful evening here. We've dropped down to 16. We hit a high of 18 here earlier. 16 and still nice and bright and sunny here. So, anyway, have a good time in Dartmouth, and thanks for checking in. And I also saw that Victor Echo 9 Charlie Echo Lima popped up on the screen, too. So, Charles, I've got you marked down here. So the next short time station. Good evening, John. VE1JS, VE9GC.
V9GC in the net, V1JS. Good evening, Gord. Good evening, all. Nice day here in Sandy Cove. Bright sunshine. Cut it over now. Temperature got up to 13, but it's now fallen to 8.5, so gonna be a cool night. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me, and look for you again next week. V9GC, V1JS, 7-3.
V1JS, V9GC. Very good, John. Always a pleasure to hear you in. You're one of the regulars on this net, so I know we'll be popping and we'll hear you on there again in the future. Thanks for checking in. 7-3 to you, and 0 to Wainwright. Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa. Good evening, Francis, V9GC.
VE9GC for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FP. Well, good evening to you, Gordon, and everybody on net this evening. Nice to hear some familiar voices. Unfortunately, I've got a meeting to get to right after supper, so thanks very much for letting me check in early. Well, we're going to get the rain that we've been searching for, finally. We had a beautiful, nice sunny morning and started to cloud over this afternoon. We currently have 2 weather alerts. One is a wind warning, 90 to 100 km/h winds overnight into morning. I'm hoping that it won't make too much damage. Expecting showers later this evening, rain all day tomorrow, rain or, I don't know if I should say this word, but it's the S word that Environment Canada is calling for. So I hope they're wrong, and I hope to goodness it doesn't go your way. I know most weather fronts travel west to east, but I don't want this to go anywhere. Let it go out into the North Atlantic and bug somebody else for a change. Other than that, no other traffic, Lord. Thanks so much for doing the net and letting us check in early. Hope everybody has a great week, and we'll say 7-3 all around. VE9GC from VA6FP.
VA6FP, VE9GC. Okay, Francis, well, if it's welcome rain, then I can go for it. Anyway, always a pleasure to hear you, and enjoy your supper. Charles, Victor Echo 9 Charlie Echo Lima, VE9GC. Victor Echo 9 Charlie Echo Lima, Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie. Are you out there, Charles? I saw your call sign flash on the dashboard there a little bit ago. Okay, I guess he must have popped in and out or whatever. So now we will start the first round for stations from Prince Edward Island. Any stations from PEI that wish to check in, come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie is listening. Okay, before we move on, let's take another standby for any stations from Prince Edward Island. Any stations from PEI wishing to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie listening. Okay, nothing being heard. Let's move on to the first round from stations from New Brunswick. Any stations from New Brunswick that wish to check in, come with your call sign now. VE9GC listening.
And Oscar Sierra Kilo, VE9 OSK.
Mobile. Victor Echo 9, Papa India November, V9 TIN.
VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, I think maybe I doubled it somewhere there.
Okay, so far I have a V9 OSK, and somebody came in right on the tail end of Oscar when he first checked in, and all I heard was a mobile. So the mobile station, come back with your call sign, VE9GC.
Must have doubled with him. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo, mobile.
Okay, Patrick, we got you there that time. So I've got you in the mobile, Oscar and Bert up in Edmonton. Are there any other stations before we run this list? VE9GC.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable, VE6.
Victor Echo 9, Echo Sierra.
Okay, I picked up MCA and Echo Sierra, so we'll start with the mobile, first mobile. Good evening, Pat, V1JPR, VE9GC.
VE9GC in the group, VE1JPR mobile, just coming back from Costco, grabbing a few things to take down to the trailer. Gonna get it opened up for the long weekend. They're starting tomorrow, so anyway, I don't know how we did it, but we got out of Costco for less than $100. Don't tell anybody. Anyway, all the people traveling, say hello to Mike there out west, and hopefully, because I think that other fellow was in the same area. I'm not sure that you guys really want to have some snow. So 7-3 to all, VE1JPR mobile.
Okay, Pat, V1JPR, VE9GC. Yeah, getting out of the $100 store for less than $100 is doing really well. It happens to me occasionally, but most of the time it's like, well, maybe it's a $200 store or the almost $300 store. Anyway, it is what it is. We can't change it. Thanks for checking in. It was a pleasure to chat with you this morning as well. Okay, next then we'll go to the portable station. V9MCA, portable V6. Good evening, Mike. Missed you this morning. Hi. V9GC.
Yeah, Charlie with the Maritime Fusion Net Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable VE6 from Spruce Grove, Alberta. Good evening. Didn't have no means to connect to you guys this morning, so anyways, beautiful day here in the plus 20s here, and we're only expecting maybe 20 or 30 millimeters of rain there, but they said some snow maybe, but I don't think we'll get snow over here. But anyway, so far so good. Good temperature here, and enjoying the visit, and having my two grandsons in my arms for the first time there. It's only about 5 months old, so they kind of neat. They're Thomas and Theo, so kind of happy about that. And I'll be doing the CQ Canada Net there tonight at 10 p.m. Atlantic time, and it's 7 p.m. here in Alberta. So That's on the room number 40678 or the VE1 BFB repeater, fusion repeater in Southampton, Nova Scotia, which is always on that room. Anyway, Gordon, have yourself a great net. Thanks for doing the net. And we'll be listening for a while with interest. And hi to Francis there if he's checking in there. And hi to Pat there also in the two Pats. Heard JPR and Echo Sierra there. 7-3, have a great net. And we shall probably see you on the 23rd or 7-3. V9GC, V9MCA Portable, VE6.
VE9 MCA Portable 6, VE9 GC. Well, enjoy your time with the family out there, and if it's any of that white stuff or stuff, keep it. Okay, we don't need any more here. Beautiful 18 degrees and sunny this afternoon. So we're doing good. Anyway, enjoy your trip and safe travels on the way back when you get here, and we'll see you at some point. I'm not sure when you're getting back. I'm away the weekend of the 23rd. Well, I leave on the Friday to get home on Sunday and then leave again Monday for 2 weeks. So we'll see you at some point. Take care, my friend. Okay, Oscar, thank you for your patience. VE9OSK, VE9GC.
V9GC, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Gordon, and hi to Mike there. I was watching on my radio there. He's 2,203 miles away from my shack, so it's quite a big skid there for him tonight there. We never thought about it. We could have put the radio there at the clubhouse on MFR and have a chat with him this morning there. Well, you might have been up probably at the time because the difference of time, I never thought of that. No problem. I got lots of time. I'm retired there. Nice seeing you this morning. 738. Thanks for doing the net. Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
V9OSK, V9GC. Well, thanks for the check-in, Oscar. Always a pleasure, and I know, we'll see you on Saturday. So take care, my friend. Bert, how are things up in the northwest part? VE9PIN, VE9GC.
Good evening, everyone. 14 degrees at the moment in Edmundston. It's been sunny and cloudy all day. It was fairly a decent day. It's been very hectic there for the past 2 weeks. Natalie's mom passed for a better world on Saturday morning, and she had done a good life there. She was 101 years old, so she was still living in her house and everything. So it kind of not caught us by surprise because she felt and then went to the hospital for about 3 weeks. So Natalie was with her for a little bit over 3 weeks. So on that, Natalie should come back Friday, and the funeral are only next week, and it's not a good month to die in May, because everybody who died through the winter, they couldn't bury them. Now it's all done in May, so everybody's busy, priest and everything. So they had to wait till the other weekend, the weekend of the 23rd, I think. There. So on that, we'll say good evening, everyone. Stay safe, and probably hear you again on the waves.
V9PIN, V9GC. Well, my condolences to you and Natalie and the family. Even when these things are sort of expected, it's never easy. And people forget about the fact that, particularly, in this part of the country and in Maine, winter time, it makes it tough. Really can't easily dig graves and do things of that nature. So it gets backed up. Well, thanks for checking in. All my best to you and the family. And with that, we'll say hello to Pat, V9 Echo Sierra, Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for calling me in. Good to hear everybody on. No traffic for the net per se, and the weather's about the same as everybody else. So not a whole lot, just being put upon, I guess. So 73 and 88, and good, like I say, good to hear everybody on, and we'll hear you all on the next net, VE9GC, VE9ES.
Okay, Pat, thanks for checking in. Always a pleasure, and I know I'll be chatting with you further down the log. Okay, that was our first little group there from New Brunswick. I'm going to take one quick standby here for somebody before we move into the first round for Nova Scotia. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Echo Lima, are you back with us, Charles, V9GC? You don't seem to hear him. All right, so let's move now into the first round from stations from Nova Scotia. First round from stations from Nova Scotia who wish to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta.
Victor Alpha 1, Charlie Bravo Charlie.
Okay, I picked up two stations. We've got Victor Echo 1 Echo Papa Delta and Victor Alpha 1 Charlie Bravo Charlie. Any other stations from Nova Scotia before we run the list? VE9GC.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo Charlie Charlie Mobile, VE1 RCC Mobile.
E1 FOX.
Okay, picked up two more stations. V1 RCC in the mobile, and V1 FOX. Okay, let's run with the mobile station there first. VE1 RCC. Good evening, Robert. VE9GC.
VE9GC, the RCC Mobile here in Wedgeport. Rainy Wedgeport, 10 degrees. Still kind of cool, but anyway, earlier today it was nice and a lot warmer, up to 13, 14, but anyway, no problem. I brought the dog for a walk there and started getting rained on there, but that's okay. The dog didn't mind, I didn't mind either. Anyway, other than that, that's about it. It was good to hear Justin there and you and JCJ there in Dartmouth there. And getting into the system there, no problem there, and all that stuff, so that's good. Anyway, 73 is in our RCC Mobile here in Wedgeport.
Okay, Robert, well, thanks for checking in. V1 RCC, VE9GC. Always a pleasure to hear you, and yeah, not too bad down your way, that's for sure. Okay, 7-3 for now. We'll move up to the top of the list. Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta. Good evening, Edwin. VE9GC.
This is VE9GC, VE1EPD. Thanks for calling me in. And like Robert's about the same down in the Bumneyco. That sun all day, nice and warm. At 4 o'clock, they call me in to go to the wharf to get some lobsters, and It was windy, sun was gone, and it was kind of cool. But right now, there's a little sprinkle of rain coming down, so, oh well, it'll come and the sun will be out whenever it'll have to come. Not much else from here. VE9GC, VE1EPT. Thanks for calling me in.
Always a pleasure to hear you, VE1EPD, VE9GC, and Lobster and Publico sounds pretty good to me. Thanks for the check-in, Edwin. Let's see what's happening in 3 Mile Plains. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray. Good evening, Curtis, VE9GC.
Hey, Victor Echo 9, Charlie with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Well, good evening to you, Gordon. Good evening to all the other operators on here there for sure. Just jumping from net to net. We were on the Nuremberg net and tried to get in there and they jumped on me so hard I had to get out of there. So I went over on the Maritime net and got in there. So I figured, well, I'll jump back over here now. So here we go. Anyway. Great weather here, Gordon. My soul, it was sunshiny all day. It was, I think it was around about 25, 26 degrees here this afternoon. Right now, it's still 15 degrees out there, and the sun's gone. The sky's all covered in now, gray, so I don't know if we'll get any rain today or now or not. But, boy, I tell you, that sun dried everything up that was down here. So with that, Gordon, I guess that's about it. Thanks for bringing me into the net this evening. It's always a pleasure coming in, especially on the Fusion Net. I love the audio and stuff. People calling in, it's just great to sit and hear them. It's not hard on my poor ears there, and I've been damaged. They don't know the damage to what they are, Gordon. But anyways, I'll tell you, people talking to me, it's like they're talking in a 45-gallon barrel, and somebody got an empty bottle of water scratching that all the pieces in my ears. So, sometimes it don't come out very good in my ears. But there you go. What can I say? With that, I'm giving it back to you, Gordon. Thanks for calling me in. Thanks for doing that again. And we'll catch you another time. So, Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie, with the Maritime Fusion Net. I'm Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. 7-3, Gordon, back to you.
V1FOX, V9GC. Okay, Curtis, always a pleasure to hear you. It's great. These are one of those, kind of familiar voices. And back when I used to be traveling down through Nova Scotia on a regular basis, checked in sometimes in the noon net with you. So it's kind of neat when we get the chance to chat back and forth. Take care, my friend. And it sounds like you had an awesome day in 3 Mile Plains. That's for sure. As I say, not a bad day here. We only hit about 18, but it's still at 16, so I'm not complaining. And nice, bright, and sunny. And I know I'll be chatting with you later. 7-3 for now. Hey, Curtis was at the bottom of that very short list from the first round of Nova Scotia. Any other Nova Scotia stations before we move to stations outside the Maritimes? Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, Gordon here in Notre-Dame, New Brunswick. Your net control station is standing by for your call.
Victor Echo 1, Hotel Alpha Papa, VE1 HAP.
Okay, we've added VE1HAP. Any other stations from Nova Scotia? VE9GC.
Victor Echo 1, Whiskey India November, VE1 WIN. 1 WIN.
Okay, we've got Peter in there as well. All right, let's go. Victor Echo 1, Hotel Alpha Papa. Good evening, happy VE9GC.
V9GC, V1HAP. Good evening to all, and I'm just sitting down here in a chair. I just went
out and mowed just before it started to rain. I was able to mow for about an hour. By the time I got had to boost the ride on, but got that going and took it, and I mowed for an hour and what just a little place there. We call it chapel, and mowed that. And I beat the rain, so I brought it back, and I had another battery that I've got to put on the charger, so I did that, and I'm just sitting down. So there you go. Just it was a beautiful day, but it ended up overcast this afternoon, and just a little bit of rain here coming down now. So I don't know what it's going to give for tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. So we'll say 7 threes, and we'll catch you later on. VE9GC, VE1HAP.
VE1HAP, VE9GC. Well, thanks for the check-in, Happy, and the weather report from down your way. Yeah, I have to say, we've managed to stay sunny all day. I think tomorrow we're supposed to be half decent again, and somebody mentioned to me today, I forgot to look at the long-range forecast, but we're supposed to get up in the low 20s, I think, Saturday and Sunday. If so, I won't complain, and if it doesn't make it that far, I still won't complain. Take care, my friend, and I know I'll be chatting with you later. Peter, good to see you this morning. Victor Echo 1, Whiskey, India, November. Victor Echo 9, Golf, Charlie. Victor Echo 1, Whiskey, India, November. VE9GC. Are you still there, Peter? Okay, Peter, I saw your call sign flash on the screen. Didn't catch much audio, if any. So come again, VE1WIN, VE9GC. Still not copying you, Peter. I'm just going to move on, and if you get back on, let come give me a call, and we'll pick you up at that point. Okay, so we finished up the first round of PEI, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. We'll take a standby now for stations outside of the Maritimes that wish to check in. Any station outside the Maritimes that wants to check into the Maritime Fusion Net here in the CQ Maritimes room, 60207. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie. Gordon here in Notre Dame, New Brunswick is standing by.
Victor Echo 9 Alpha India, VE9 AI.
Oh, sounds like you're on your own there, Gary. VE9AI. How are you this evening, VE9GC?
VE9GC, Net Control, VE9AI. Good evening, Gordon. Everybody on the frequency. I just turned it on. I kind of fell asleep here and just sitting here and dozed off. So, pretty near missed the net. Anyway, helped my grandson there build a deck today, so the old fella here isn't as spry as he used to, so Anyway, another couple of days at that, and should finish us up. So, not much else new here, I guess. We just been doing odd stuff around the place here, so got it pretty well ship shape for summer now. So, anyway, we'll say good evening to one and all, and pass it back to Net Control, V9AI.
Yeah, V9AI, V9GC. Okay, Gary, on the deck building. Yeah, I know what you mean about not being as spry as we once were. I have a small, well, I got a couple of rebuild deck projects here. I keep replacing boards, a few boards every year on the decks that are 30 plus years old. And I'm going to be building a small floating one, very small, probably only about 6 by 10 feet. Just to, I've got a little metal shed that I'm going to put up and have my generator stuck in that. So, but then it's not a big project, and it's not something that needs to be done this week or next. And I'm sure I will be able to rope in my 40-something-year-old son to help me over with that one. Hi. Thanks for checking in, Gary. Always a pleasure, and I know I'll be chatting with you further. VE9AI, VE9GC. Okay, let's move into the second round now. Second round for for Prince Edward Island stations. Anyone from PEI that wishes to check in, come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
Victor, Yankee 2, Golf, Foxtrot.
Okay, so I have George, VY2GF. Any other DEI stations? VE9GC. Well, George, it sounds like you're on your own this evening. How is life on the island today? I know it's gorgeous over here in the greater Moncton area. VY2GF, VE9GC.
Good evening, Gord, and everybody in the net. And thank you for doing the net. Well, how was it here on the island? Well, it was a beautiful sunny day, but it was a little chilly, and the only thing I accomplished today was I hooked up a dummy load to my main radio and confirmed that any noise I get on it is not internal. Other than that, not much going on, so we certainly look forward to subsequent nets. Victor, Yankee 2, Golf, Foxtrot.
VY2GF, VE9GC. Well, I'm glad to hear that the noise isn't internal to the radio. That's always a relief. Now comes the fun part. Where's it coming from? Oh, well. Anyway, George, I know I'll be chatting with you. Thanks for checking in. Always a pleasure to hear you. Okay, let's see before we move on. Is there anybody else from PEI before I move into New Brunswick? VE9GC.
VA1 Whiskey in November. How copy now, Gord?
Very good there now, Peter. Go ahead, sir. VE1 WIN, V9GC.
Good evening, Gord, again. Yeah, sorry about that. Those two handles I got don't seem to work too well out here in Shediac. I've got the 2 and the 5, and they don't seem to be working too well. So I came here, I forgot I had the power supply I bought today from the club, or from Paul's estate, whatever it is there, and I got that hooked up to the radio here in the house. So, and I went over after the club meeting, after the club getting together this morning. Went over and picked up the brand new antenna in the box, sitting here in my room from Gord. So I'm gonna get that. That's all here in the house, and I'm gonna leave this power supply here at the cottage, I think. So I've got one, two, I think I've got 3 power supplies here at the house. I'm going to take a couple of them back to Halifax. So, heading back tomorrow. Got to get my stuff put away tonight, and then head back tomorrow. So, with that, Gord, I'll turn it back to you. I will see you guys sometime. I'll probably see you sometime in the summer there, Gord, hopefully. So, with that, back to Net Control. Have a great evening, all. VE1W1 clear.
VE1WIN, V9GC. Okay, well, pleasure to see you there this morning, Peter, and safe travels back to the big city. Hi. And I know we'll be chatting with you further down the log and bumping into probably over the summer or in the fall anyway. Take care and all the best. Okay, let's move now into stations from New Brunswick. Any stations from New Brunswick that wish to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net, come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
VE9 Victor Echo Alpha.
Well, sounds like you're on your own this evening, Vern. VE9 Victor Echo Alpha, Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie. Good evening, sir. How are things in Trackety Shiloh? VE9GC.
VE9 Golf Charlie. Wednesday night Fusion Net Control. Not trying to stop and see what day of the week it was there, Gord. Well, Gord, things looks like we're doing pretty good. The first time I tried to check in, and it took and went straight through, so I didn't have to do a repeat check-in. Outside of that, something must be working good. So we're just coming in to give you another mark on the board as usual. And an apple in the barrel. No traffic for sure, and all that good stuff. Thanks for doing the net work. Thanks for calling me in one more time, putting up with my foolishness one more time. Hopefully we'll be around again next week. Enjoy the airways again. A big, hope everybody all fine, outstanding, upstanding hams, of course, are having a great evening and a great wake-up call tomorrow. 7-3, everybody. 7-3, Gord. Bye-bye.
VE1, VE9GC. Don't know why I tried to move you across the border, but I did. Anyway, always a pleasure, Vern. Glad you're able to pop in this evening, and I know I'll be chatting with you further down the log. Take care, my friend. Okay, any other stations from New Brunswick before we move into the second round for Nova Scotia? VE9GC listening. Okay, seems like it's going to be a quiet night. Let's move into the second round of stations from Nova Scotia who wish to check in for the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, Gordon de Notre Dame is standing by for your call.
Here, Echo 1 Zulu Bravo.
Victor Echo 1 Delta Echo Sierra.
Okay, I picked up 2 stations there. I've got Victor Echo 1 Zulu Bravo and Victor Echo 1 Delta Echo Sierra. Any other stations before we run the list? VE9 and GC. Oh, I'm not hearing anybody. Let's call in my neighbor down the road. Victor Echo 1, Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Mike. Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie.
VE9 Golf Charlie, V1 Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Gordon. And hello to Vern. I just turned the radio on in time to hear Vern check in and hope he's doing well. Yeah, we did a road trip to Kent County today. Went to Bucktooth, had lunch at Le Seguin. From there, we went down through to St. Antoine to the butcher shop, and then across the street from that butcher shop, there's a great ice cream shop. Anyways, so got some deadly business on there. Anyways, no, it was a great day for a road trip. We went up along the shore there from Shediac to Grand Dig, Casey Cape, then on to Bucktooth, and so. Anyways, we had a good day, and your install on your car looks fantastic. Thanks for checking in. 73 V1 Zulu Bravo.
Oh, okay, Mike. I'm well aware of the ice cream shop. Is that open already? Over?
Yeah, it is. I get a milkshake, but the boss got a parfait. Just what flavor it was, and it was huge. And like some places, you buy something and you wonder, like, if you get value for your money. Well, they sure give value for your buck there. V1 Zulu Bravo.
Yeah, okay. Well, now that I know it's open, maybe on the weekend, the missus and I will run up and if the weather keeps cooperating, and have our first ice cream treat there for the summer. It's one of our go-to places. Well, you know how far it is from my place. It's about 16 clicks, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump up the road. Thanks for checking in, Mike. Always a pleasure, and say hi to Bernadette. Let's move down the list here to Victor Echo 1 Delta Echo Sierra. Good evening, Don, VE9GC.
V9GC, V1DES. Good evening, Gord. I heard Mike in there. Good evening to him as well. Ice cream. It's one of my favorite hobbies, too. Enjoy it. You take care. Not much has been going on here lately. Just trying to get the temperature warm up, and doesn't seem to want to cooperate too much. More rain and cold weather. Of course, living by the ocean doesn't help any. Have a good night and a good night. V1GC, V1DES.
Yeah, V1DES, V9GC. Well, the other thing, though, down that way, sometimes this time of the year it's a little bit cool, but you also get the moderating effect during the winter that, we don't get up here in the mountain area. Anyway, take care. I haven't been down in Yarmouth in several years now, so you take care, and I know I'll be listening or hearing you on future nets. Thanks for the check-in. Hey, any other stations from Nova Scotia or any other stations from anywhere that wish to check in for this evening's net? Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, Gordon of Notre Dame, New Brunswick, net control station is standing by.
This is Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo. This is Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo.
Victor Echo 1 Alpha India Charlie, V1 AIC.
Okay, we picked up two more stations. We've got Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo and Victor Echo 1 Alpha India Charlie. So we've got the Don and Ron show tonight. How are things up in Quebec City, Don? VE2DE, VE9GC.
Okay, Gordon, I've been listening for at least 15 minutes after watching the local news on the panel. It came muggy. It's not windy, but it's quite overcast, and it's been about an hour of rain started again, as if Mother Nature decided it's too dry. So, long-term forecast, expecting rain almost the end of the month. Hi. So, after a bad cold, really bad head cold, I was going through a entire box of Kleenex every day. Things are better since yesterday. I had a bad back since May 1st, but came back after less than a week by a miracle. So at least I'm able to stand and sit. I just stay laying down. Horrible. I thought I had a hernia, but it must be a bulging disc, I guess. So I'm happy to be checking in and practicing my mother tongue that I haven't used for 35 years, at least once in a while. So 73, so the good hosting of the net. This is Victor Echo 2, Delta Echo. It's Dawn, Double or Nothing in Quebec City.
Yeah, VE2DIE, VE9GC. Okay, Don, it's always a pleasure to hear you, and sorry about the back. I'm nursing a ruptured Achilles tendon, so I'm kind of slowed down from my usual fast pace, but I hope you're feeling better, and I know I'll be chatting with you further down the log. Let's go over to VEI. How's Ron tonight? VE1AIC, VE9GC.
Yeah, good evening, Gordon. All the net. Lovely evening on the island. Plus 11, starting to cool off a little bit, but it's a beautiful day. And going to be a nice bright sunset here. And yeah, so late to get on the net because we're out in the yard and late supper, so hard to get in and get all that done before 7 o'clock. Anyway, yeah, the sunsets are later and later in the day, so maybe a little harder to get to the nets. We have a net here at 8 o'clock coming up, which is why I came into the shack. But anyway, got time enough to get on the tail end of this one. Have a good night, V1AIC.
V1AIC, V9GC. Well, thanks for the check-in, Ron, and I know what you mean. Yeah, you're trying to get yard work and stuff, things done, and all the suppers, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a net on. Uh-oh. It happens. Anyway, take care, and I know I'll be chatting with you later. 7-3 for now. Okay, before we close down the net, are there any stations from anywhere who wish to check in to this Wednesday edition of the Maritime Fusion Net, held here in the CQ Maritimes room, 60207. This is Gordon, Vector Echo 9 Golf Charlie, your net control station, and nothing on the Brunswick, standing by for last check-ins from anywhere for this evening's net. VE9 and GC listening.
V9GC, V1 Zulu X-ray, V1 ZX.
Okay, we picked up another station. Good evening, Brad. V1 Zulu X-ray, V9GC.
V9GC, V1 Zulu X-ray. A very good evening, Gordon. And everybody else in the frequency. I usually catch you in the morning there when you check in there early, around a little after 5 there. I usually hear you checking in on the real early there, so I guess somebody went back here this morning there. Hi. Sunshine here all day too, but windy and chill in the air. Thanks, Gordon, for checking me in. Have a great evening. G9GC, V1 Zulu X-ray.
Okay, Brad. V1 ZX, V9GC. Yeah, this morning, well, I couldn't check in because I guess I couldn't get the link up. And I was only running a handheld anyway, so I was stuck to the Moncton repeater. I had to go into town early and didn't have my regular mobile station installed at that point because I switched vehicles over the weekend. But we do now have the FCM 400 back in there, so at least something like this morning where they can't get the link up, I should be able to get into one of the Nova Scotia repeaters. So anyway, thanks for checking in. Always a pleasure, and I know we'll be chatting with you later. V1ZX, VE9, and GC 73. Hey, last call, very last call for check-ins for this evening's net. Victor Echo 9 Golf, Charlie listening.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango.
Okay, we have VE9 Juliet Charlie Tango. Any other stations? VE9 GC. Well, not hearing anything. You're on your own, monsieur. V9 GCT, V9 JC. Ça va bien, mon friend?
Merci, Monsieur Gord, yeah, and very good evening to you, and good evening to all on net. I just got in the shack, so what time is it? Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock, so must have been a good net for sure, yeah. And, well, my day today, I spent most of it outside, so you know what it is around here when it's nice out there, you might as well go at it because it might not last too long. So yeah, super nice day today. My gosh, no complaints for sure. Anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Gord. Thanks again, and 7-3 all around from Shediac. Victor Echo 9, Juliet, Charlie, Tango.
Always a pleasure, Jean-Claude. Always enjoy hearing you check in, and I know we'll be chatting with you further. V9JCT, V9GC. Okay, we're going to declare the net closed now at 1956 hours, the local time. And including the net control station, we had 24 check-ins for tonight, so that's pretty darn good. I'd like to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. Also thank the owners of the repeaters and the nodes who linked in for tonight to help us expand the area for local hams to check in. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton and Area Amateur Radio Club's website at www.mikealpha.alpha.romeo.charlie.alpha. Click on Club Activities /nets, and you'll find more information. Now that the net has concluded, the CQ Maritimes room is now open for general use. This is Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie signing off. Good night, all.